Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Sorry about the delay. We had a mishap with the fudge. It's solved now. Don't worry. My fudge is right where it's supposed to be. I don't know why lighting changed again. But anyway, alright, fine. As long as I can be seen, we're fine. Get these finished. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. I'm gonna just hit the add to playlist button. Nancy Drew soundtracks. Look at that. All 82 songs so far. I'm crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy. 82 songs. Over 2 hours of music. 2 hours and 41 minutes exactly, according to this. And it's all Nancy Drew soundtrack music. Only up through the 9th game out of 33. We've got a ways to go. And actually, I might even include some of the 2 that came from the Dulcie series. So, I know, but like I said, despite the fact that we had a mishap with the ice cream, we are doing quite well today, it would seem. What am I looking for, though? How do I start this game? How do I even play? Turn this thing on. There we go. We're gonna jump right the fuck into it because I want to finish this game. I'm getting to the point where Dragon Age is feeling a little long in the tooth, feeling a little tired of it. I want to get to the end, especially because now that I'm going through all of my old videos and uploading those, I'm being reminded of how much fun I had playing shorter games. Especially how much fun I had playing shorter games that I didn't know. Right? So, playing along and then suddenly something happens that I wasn't expecting. It's way more interesting than me. It just seems like it's more interesting than me being at the camera like, what'd you think? What'd you think? What'd you like for the thing? Anyway. Oh no, there's a dumb audio thing. Let me see. No, it's fine on my end. Maybe try refreshing it. That's the best advice I can give. Unfortunately. Wow. Yeah, the stream buffers and gets fun. No? I should put caramel on this instead. Instead of fudge. Yeah. Add the cream. Oh. I should have grabbed another drink. Will you hate me if I leave for a second to grab a drink? Hope I have one. I don't even know if we have anything anymore. I messed that up. Didn't get anything from the store. Nope. Nah. Fuck. Just gonna have to live without it. I literally was in a store that sells soda and other drinks in big boxes. And didn't fucking buy any because I'm dumb. I do not want this party. Let me see. Who do I take with me? Did someone tell me who to pick this? Here lies the abyss. Cassandra, Solus, and Varric. Oh, yeah. Sandra. Yeah, that's a good party composition. This is gonna be fun. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Oh, man. Hey, Cassandra, you want to get your mind fucking blown? I did not see the sub-anniversary, so I'm gonna roll back and say thank you, Ragnarok, for 20 months. I'm sorry. I missed it. How did I miss that? Was I not here? I must not have been here for that. That man is dead. Well, it's hard to... I mean, I yelled die, but he's already dead. Oh, there's another one? Well, not anymore. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this. Digishell, are you excited about this? I'm excited about this. Here lies the Abyss, Part 2. The one where you go to that place.
I'm glad you made it, Inquisitor. I fear
with this party.
It has to be blood magic. I hope we can stop them before more people get hurt. You take point. I'll guard your backs.
Thanks, Hawk. Bye. Are we just gonna casually stroll up there? I think we are. Well, this is something. Oh, good.
Commander Clarel's orders were clear.
This guy looks like a piece of shit.
This is wrong. Remember your oath. In war, victory. In peace, vigilance. In death, I'm sorry. Sacrifice.
Yeah, it is. It's Eleanor Hawk, no less.
Good.
But, well, Eleanor Hawk, that's not right. I mean, yeah. All my characters end up looking the same. Not my fault I have a penchant for powerful blonde bitches.
Inquisitor, what an unexpected pleasure. Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, at your service.
You are no warden.
But you are. The one Clarel let slip. And you found the Inquisitor and came to stop me. Shall we see how that goes?
I'm snarky.
It looks like you've already done some of my work for me.
What, him? We simply needed his blood. Oh, were you hoping to garner sympathy? Maybe make the Wardens feel a bit of remorse? Wardens, hands up! Hands down!
Corypheus has taken their minds.
They did this to themselves. You see, the calling had the Wardens terrified. They looked everywhere for help.
Even to Winter.
Yes, and since it was my master who put the calling into their little heads, we in the Venatori were prepared.
Wow, he's monologuing. This is great.
Sympathy, and together,
Are we just gonna let him keep monologuing? Just give me kick his ass.
army march into the deep road and kill the old gods before they wake.
Corypheus marching across Orlais with an army of demons. That was in the future I saw at Redcliffe.
And now you know how it begins.
Wow.
Sadly for the Wardens, the binding ritual I taught their mages has a side effect. They are now my master's slaves. This was a test. Once the rest of the Wardens complete the ritual, the army will conquer Thedas.
Do you really want to see the world fall to the Blight? What do you get out of this?
The Elder One commands the Blight. He is not commanded by it, like the mindless Darkspawn. The Blight is not unstoppable or uncontrollable. It is simply a tool.
Tell me you...
As for me,
Zing!
while the Elder One rules from the Golden City, we, the Venatori, will be his God Kings here.
Tell me you don't understand how this works without telling me you don't understand how this works.
So Corypheus influenced the Wardens and made them do this ritual.
Made them? No! Everything you see here, the blood sacrifices to bind the demons, the Wardens did it of their own free will. Fear is a very good motivator, and they were very afraid. You should have seen Clarel agonize.
I know.
Burdens of command.
My title is better than this guy. I have more money than him, and why am I listening? Why do I care?
The Wardens tried to kill the old gods.
So many different levels of boring.
Darkspawn.
He's monologuing.
And corrupt it into an archdemon. If someone fought through the deep roads and killed the
When
old gods before
villains are monologuing, it's the best time to hit them with a knife in the back.
more blights
Like,
ever. The Wardens sacrificed their lives and saved the world.
That's madness. For all we know, killing the old gods could make things even worse.
Well then, it's a good thing I'm taking this demon army off their hands.
Why would Clarel risk using demons?
Demons need no food, no rest, no healing. Once bound, they will never retreat, never question orders. They are the perfect army to fight through the deep roads. Or across Orlais. Now they are bound to my master.
Release the Wardens from the binding and surrender. I won't ask twice.
I thought that was going to be a little too...
You won't.
Ooh, somebody thinks they're clever.
Me how to deal with you in the event you're foolish enough to interfere again. That mark you bear, the anchor that lets you pass safely through the veil, you stole that from my master. He's been forced to seek other ways to access the Fade. When I bring him your head, his gratitude will be...
LOL. He showed me how to deal with you. Rips him a new asshole in the sky.
Kill them!
That hurt. That hurt. It looked like that hurt. Excuse me. Next.
They refuse to listen to reason.
You were correct. Through their ritual, the mages are slaves to Corypheus.
And the Warden warriors? Of course. Sacrificed in the ritual. What a waste.
Eremon's lied to the Wardens. They were trying to prevent future blights.
With blood magic and human sacrifice.
The Wardens were wrong, Hawk. But they had their reasons.
Hawk, they've done it
All
before.
mages do.
To your fucking family.
Everyone has a story they tell themselves to justify bad decisions.
Your father was a blood mage.
In the end, you are always alone with your actions.
I believe I know.
Your father did this.
Eremond fled in that direction. There's an abandoned Warden fortress that way. Adamant.
Good thinking.
The Warden and I will scout out Adamant and confirm that the other Wardens are there. We'll meet you back at Skyhold.
Oh, I thought there was more to that than... well, that. I know, right? She did just kind of like shove a dagger right through the fucking... Okay, there is a big thing. Why? Let's take a look at this before we move on, I guess. I thought that, like, you did more right here, right now, kind of deal. I picked my party for something else. Woo! That's a lot of chocolate.
Report. What's the situation in the Warden's fortress?
Bandits moved in. Worse than Quillbacks, if you ask me. They're holed up in there and using it as a base to strike at our supply caravans. Blasted scavengers.
That sounds like a chance for me to kick their ass.
Compared to what you must have seen in the Winter Palace, this place is calm. All we've got are man-eating giant lizards, lunatics, monsters, and a giant hole full of darkspawn. At least nobody's asked us to dance with them.
Carry on, Captain.
Tell me how you really feel. All right.
Inquisitor.
We were just there. Okay, I mean, we'll go back, but how do I get down easy? What's the easiest way down? Actually walk. Fine. Fine. How dare they make me walk?
Did you hear what happened to Marcus?
Fell into the hot spring. Saw him in the infirmary. You ever notice how many casualties there are on our patrols?
Ooh, look at this big thing. Nice new gate. Very nice. Good job, everybody. Good job. Alright, we're gonna call the horse. Move a fraction of a second faster. I mean, anything that's in the genre of horror is probably a hard no for me. So, I, on the one hand, can empathize with you, but on the other hand, like, nothing involving horror. I just, big nope. Nope, not at all. Like, not even a little bit, not even as a treat. Straight up, just no. You know? Just like, no. Even like campy horror, I just can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. mean, I've told you all how long it took me to even watch Stranger Things, right? And that's not even really that scary. But still, I managed to hold off for a really long time because I was afraid. Good news is it didn't give me nightmares, unlike when I watched The Poltergeist, which even though I watched it and I recognized that half of it looks super duper fucking fake, I was still terrified. But yeah, I did not like. I did not like that. Oh fuck! Wrong button. That was it? That was it? Is there anything more, or are we really done? Or do I have to go back here to, like, tell him? Stranger Things is actually not that scary. I will say. The first 2 seasons are fine. The 3rd season gets really gross, though, in like a body horror kind of way, I guess. So,
what's the situation in the western approach?
We're all breathing a little easier with that dragon gone. I wouldn't want to be up on the ramparts when a monster like her appeared, that's for sure.
Carry on,
Okay.
Captain.
Looks like we're good.
Yes, Inquisitor.
Shut up. Back to Skyhold. I just don't see what people like about horror. I don't want to be afraid. Experience enough fear in my day-to-day life. Why would I want to add more? You know? Like, why would I? Does season 4 have that in it? Oh, shit. Gross. I mean, it's just, ugh. I don't... Yeah. The monster in season 3 just, like, fucking... Yeah. It's so squicky. It's so squicky. No me gusta. Do I have to talk to people? We just
Have to make sure it's cleared after. Don't need squires.
quickly talk to a couple people, see if something happens.
What do you need, my friend?
Ooh, interesting.
I want to talk to you about the cure for tranquility.
It's not a cure. Not truly. Mages who were once tranquil lose all control over their emotions. They become irrational, unable to focus. Perhaps that state eventually passes and they can be helped, but it will take time to investigate.
There are so many tranquil. They deserve a chance to heal.
I would not want news of a cure to spread until we know for certain we can help these people. Once we have that, however, then I will spread the word myself.
That's
Good
enough
job.
for now.
Another time.
Yeah, the thing that happens to people with the monster is what yeah. Without going into spoilers, that's about as far as I think I can say. Just
Your worship.
let me just say I'm not thinking I'm gonna be rewatching any of those before
Nice talk.
before watching season 4. I will watch season 4, but yeah, I'm not getting into that. Ugh.
So we're attacking wardens now. That's pissing great.
I'll be...
What I heard.
That was a key change. very odd kind of key change.
Solid, protecting and proud. He feels like quiet, stronger when you hold him.
I'll talk.
If
Here comes the boy.
We...
Hello, boy.
Yes. I mean, no.
I can come back later if you'd prefer.
No. Please stay. We have some dealings in Ferelden. I was hoping you might accompany me.
Oh.
Time, of course.
Is something wrong?
What? No. I would rather explain there, if you wish to go.
I believe there's time now.
I will make the necessary arrangements.
This is a cute moment. Eventually. Don't sing. Here comes the boy. I mean, it's better than the Corn song, which I haven't actually seen on TikTok, despite everyone singing it everywhere else, it seems. So that's, yeah, it's better than that, I think. And no matter what, all of those are better than fucking, like, what's it called?
Where are we?
Baby Shark.
You walk into danger every day. I wanted to take you away from that, if only for a moment. I grew up not far from here. This place was always quiet.
Did you come here often?
I loved my siblings. They were very loud. I would come here to clear my head. Of course, they always found me eventually.
You were happy here.
I was. I still am.
It's beautiful.
The last time I was here...
He looks like he's about to T-pose.
My brother gave me this. It just happened to be in his pocket, but he said it was for luck. Templars are not supposed to carry such things. Our faith should see us through.
A little luck can't hurt every now and then.
I suppose not. I should have died during the Blight, or at Kirkwall, or Haven. Take your pick. And yet I made it back here.
Oh, here's the music.
Humor me.
Just fuck already!
This can't hurt.
I'll keep it safe.
Good. I know it's foolish, but I'm glad.
Aww, it's kind of cute though. Kind of cute. Look at that. It's kind of cute. I thought it was something slightly different though, I'll admit. I forgot that, nope, it's not that, but still, it's cute. Love these loading screens. Love them dearly. So much fun waiting for a screen. There we go. Oy vey. Alright. I'm gonna double check this real quick. Hold on. Is there... No. No? Okay. Well, let's go talk to Blackwall? I say talk question mark because, well, not sure what he will have to say because this man doesn't say much at all.
The Dales are coming.
About anything.
We need to head to Adamant Fortress as soon as possible. If there's a chance we can stop Corypheus from destroying the Wardens, we can't let it slip away.
What do you think we'll uncover in Adamant?
Nothing good. Hearing the Warden's plan was bad enough. Now we'll see it firsthand. Best case, we find a nightmare. Worst, we'll find a nightmare, then die painfully. I still can't believe what they're doing. I thought I understood the order.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Okay, bye then. Nice talking to you. What are these? Oh, that's... Yep, never mind. Never mind. Let me clean this area up and like turn it into a ballroom or something. Even just a little one. Nice little intimate ball. Where is... Huh. Dolus, Liliana. Josephine, Vivienne. Morrigan. She's here now, so we'll talk to her in a bit. Okay. Cullen. Iron Bull, Sarah. Cassandra. Blackwall. Huh. Interesting. Varric is not here.
We must stop the Wardens from carrying out this insane plan, Inquisitor.
Okay, calm the fuck.
Gods deliberately in some bizarre attempt to preempt the Blight.
And calling the army of demons. That's my favorite part.
The demons are nothing. They're a tool.
Yeah.
A tool that gives Corypheus an army.
That's not the point. Even if they could succeed, the entire idea is wrong. The Blight is not something one smugly outsmarts. Forgive me. The entire idea is unnerving.
You sound like you have thoughts on the matter.
My friend.
Want to expand on that at all? Your weird fucking crotch flap. God, I hate that egg so much.
Here we are again.
Here we are again. You have ideas. No? Never mind. Figured she's a mage and a former Grey Warden. Like, you want to talk about this?
I expected ruins.
They were. As you see, the Inquisition has not been idle.
Would it be possible to meet the Herald before we return to Ghislaine?
My dear Laurent, for you, anything.
I'm assuming I'm behind the lady.
Allow me to present Inquisitor Trevelyan.
Your worship, you do us great honor.
Inquisitor, this is my dear Bastien's sister, Grand Cleric Marceline, and his son, Duke Laurent of the Council of Heralds.
Madame de Fer has told us what great trials you faced, trying to save my poor brother's life.
The Maker called my father to his side. It was valiant of you to champion him in his final hours.
If only I'd been able to save Bastien.
The Circle of Magi told Bastien many years ago that his illness was incurable. It was simply his time.
Would you mind waiting for me in the chapel, my dears? The Inquisitor and I have business to discuss.
It has been our very great pleasure, Herald.
I know. Poor legions. They're just...
So you've met the family now, and made a good impression in spite of yourself. Well
In spite of myself? Excuse you? Bitch, I am decked out gorgeously.
Wait, you talked them into supporting the Inquisition?
Of course I did, my dear. Properly worded, the righteous cause of the Inquisition can be used to great effect with my Bastien's deeply pious relations. With Bastien's loss, I have connections to the Council of Heralds and the highest levels of the Chantry, all thanks to you.
Well, at least everything's worked out for you in the end.
So it has, and well arranged, if I do say so myself. Well, I can't keep Marceline and Laurent waiting. Thank you so much for your cooperation, Inquisitor. I could never have done this without your help.
That feels very... I don't remember that from the previous playthroughs. That just sounds... Yeah, that's... Dark? I know, it kind of sounds like she doesn't it? Like...
Did you need something, darling?
I killed him so that I could have access to better people. Like, well, you know, having that access kind of relies on me at the moment, I hope you know. Not that I would do anything to jeopardize that. Remember, though.
Knew where the champion was all along. That's the last time we sent Cassandra to interrogate.
I'll leave you to your work.
Damage bonus against dragons. Alright. Alright, let's go, so talk to our newest recruit. And take the short way. Woo!
No uncertainty for her, and she will know no fear of death. Make will be her beacon and her shield.
You're the Inquisitor.
Ah, yes, the demon child.
I thought you'd be scarier. Mother said you were scary.
What's scarier than a child? No!
Why would your mother say such a thing?
Because people fear the next stage if it comes too soon.
Kieran, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
Of course not. Did you see what's on her hand, Mother?
I did see. 'Tis time to return to your studies, little man.
That is a...
My son. Never where you expect him to be, naturally.
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way. To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad. Perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go. Worry not, Inquisitor. Kieran is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
Will his father be joining us as well?
I have raised Kieran on my own for quite some time now, as was my preference from the start. So 'tis but the two of us, Inquisitor. Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
He seems like a fine young man.
Okay.
Not the sort one might expect a woman like me to raise. No son of mine would be raised in a marsh, bereft of contact with the outside world. His future will be difficult enough without my adding to his burden. To think, until recently this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves. They called it Tarar Salan, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
I like this place. I've made it mine.
The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even knowing as little of me as you do. I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
I envy mages and wizards and other magic users of various sorts. You can just, like, say random cryptic shit and it'll sound good. Be like, there is magic in the bones of this place. Be like, oh yes, of course, oh I understand. But if you just said that and you're like an accountant, right? Like, everyone would just look at you and be like, okay, moving on. Like, this is just... Anyway.
I appreciate whatever help you can give us.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may.
I mean, that's fair.
My Lady Inquisitor.
Now that you've seen the Inquisition up close, what are your impressions?
'Tis remarkable what you have built. I will give you that. Leniana has built a network of spies beyond anything Thedas has seen. All this in precious little time, conjured from thin air through the power of fervor alone. I wonder if Corypheus suspected what he was enabling, just as I wonder what will become of all this once he is defeated.
We have to defeat him first. Then I'll worry about what's next.
Should that happen, the world will lie at your feet, more or less. Beware the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah yes, whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kukari Wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
It's odd that an apostate could live so openly.
It confuses those who expect apostates to cower and hide. I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some Chantry mage to teach me to control my power. They would put me on a leash so they can feel safer at night. I am uninterested in their comfort. Naturally, it helps to have friends in high places.
Did that person just zoom across the screen? Like, what?
The Orlesian court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane, and that I could answer questions no Chantry mage could. Thus, we fit together nicely. I became her advisor, and she my benefactor and source of refuge. Truth be told, our arrangement would not have lasted much longer. Too many wagging tongues, even for Celine.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight.
The Blight began in the Kukari Wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. She is the reason the Blight was defeated.
Queen.
I wish things had gone differently in the end. It had to be, yet. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
Tell me more about your son.
He is a very special young man.
Special, okay.
In what way?
In every way. At first, Kieran was a means to an end. But as he grew, I never thought of myself as a mother, Inquisitor. I had no good example to follow. I find myself becoming something I can barely recognize.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Okay. We're not done, there's more to talk.
What work have you been doing to help us?
Currently, my efforts are focused on determining what Corypheus is, and from where his power comes. The elven orb he carries is what draws my attention. I wonder if the power he used to tear open the Fade, in fact, came from the orb. Perhaps
Orb.
it's even the source of your anchor. If I learn of its origin, I may
Isn't that a
also
fun
learn
word?
what Corypheus
Orb.
now intends, as well as his weaknesses.
Orb.
I could use your company for my excursions outside Skyhold.
I have spent my share of time wandering the wilderness in the company of others, Inquisitor. Thank you for the invitation, but for now I will restrict my efforts to researching the arcane.
Do you know anything about his dragon?
It has the appearance of an archdemon. Of that, I am certain. A true archdemon, however, is supposedly the corrupted form of an old god. Has Corypheus actually dug up one of the ancient prisons? If so, why has a new blight not begun? His dragon is something else, something connected to his blighted nature as well as his magic. Beyond that, I cannot say.
Is it even possible that Corypheus could succeed?
The Black City exists. Wherever one goes in the Fade, it is visible in the sky. The last time Corypheus and his cohort stormed its doors, they unleashed the Blight upon the world. This time, perhaps he might indeed gain untold power, becoming something unto a god. It is also possible he could unleash something far worse than the Blights. So yes, Corypheus could succeed in his goal. If not, his attempt alone could destroy the world.
Corypheus says I'm a rival. Does that mean...
Could you become a god? That depends. Are you prepared to use your anchor to enter the Black City?
I wouldn't know how, if that's even possible.
Perhaps Corypheus fears the moment when you learn.
Just gonna leave that question quietly unanswered. You know, we had the first character became Queen of Ferelden, and we had Hawke, who ignited a rebellion, and now we have Trevelyan here, who's going to become a god. No big deal, it's fine.
However you can help, it's appreciated.
Continue prodding at Corypheus, Inquisitor. Elicit a reaction, and we may yet learn from it.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Of course.
Okay, that's enough of that. Fun backstory times.
Take from me a life of sorrow. Lift me from a world of pain.
Whoop! Still confused about Varric. He just kind of disappeared.
It's good to see you. Farewell.
Oop. There's Hawke. And there's Varric.
I tracked that Venatori mage back to Adamant Fortress. They're looking at assault options now in the war room.
Thanks for coming.
You did well, Varric. The Inquisitor is just who we need.
Oh, it's been great. Murderous wardens, archdemon attacks, plenty of blood mages and crazy Templars. Just like home.
I know how much you hated leaving Kirkwall.
This is the ass end of Thedas. You know they eat snails here? Still, I think I need to finish this out. If it weren't for me and Bartrand, none of this would have happened. So much for changing our lives.
That's what happens when you try to change things. Things change. You can't always control how. I tracked the Wardens to Adamant Fortress, Inquisitor. Your specialists have my full report.
Alright, moving on. My specialists have her full report. Makes it sound like she is an agent of my Inquisition. You know, just one of the most powerful people of Thedas. Working for me. Working for me. And the black screen. Alright, what do we have here? And not enough time to actually read anything. Fair enough. Alright, what do we got? Checking if there's anything over here. There's not. Go over here. Nope. Alright, here lies the abyss. Here we go. Adamant Fortress withstood countless darkspawn attacks without falling. Grey Wardens defending its walls. Legendary warriors to prevent Warden from
A bit of a dragon hunter, I've heard.
Okay. This force will need siege engines powerful enough to breach Adamant's defenses.
Adamant
Easy.
Fortress has stood against the Darkspawn since the time of the Second Blight.
Fortunately for us, that means it was built before the age of modern siege equipment. A good trebuchet will do major damage to those ancient walls. Thanks to our Lady Ambassador.
Lady Cyril of Jadar was pleased to lend the Inquisition her sabers. They've already delivered the trebuchets.
That is the good news.
And the bad news?
Erimond called the ritual at the western approach a test. He may already be raising his army of demons in the fortress.
The Inquisition forces can breach the gate, but if the Wardens already have their demons...
I found records of Adamant's construction. There are choke points we can use to limit the field of battle.
That's good. We may not be able to defeat them outright. But if we cut off reinforcements, we can carve you a path to Warden Commander Clarel.
Taking this fortress is going to get a lot of good soldiers killed.
Our soldiers know the risks, Inquisitor, and they know what they're fighting for.
It'll be hard fought, no way around it. But we'll get that gate open.
It's also possible that some wardens may be sympathetic to our cause.
The warriors may be willing to listen to reason, though I doubt they will turn against Clarel directly. The mages, however, are slaves to Corypheus. They will fight to the death.
We've built the siege engines and readied our forces, Inquisitor. Give the word, and we march on Adamant.
Oh, that's pretty. Oh, too bad. Close. Here we go. Here we go. All right, sticking with this. Trust me. I know Blackwall is a warden and we're going into the wardens and you would think that that would be something special importance, etc. But trust me, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. When it loads. When it loads. Bar. Was bear. A silent explosion. You should be using those shields. It's a giant. Oh, that's a cool. Who built this? Ooh, that's rough. It's Tuesday. I've got all of these emails coming in. I heard a Wilhelm scream in there. Can I just fucking stroll in? God, that's a fucking good picture that I hope I got. Oh, that was sweet. Just fucking. Oh, that was a nice moment. I hope I got it. As soon as this, I wanna just make sure. You should be using those shields. Dual wielding fighter. I was just more thinking, like, if you've got this big army with a bunch of these big shields, the whole point of them at that point then is to create a phalanx, right? You know, very, you know, Roman. That's the word I wanted. Not, well, phalanx is Roman, right? Not Greek? No, Greek. Yeah, Greek. Do you, like, stand shoulder to shoulder? The front row holds their shields like this, and the back rows hold their shields up. So you cover everyone in this big block to try and keep people from dying. What am I doing here? Nope, that was not it. That one? No. The fuck? Where's the Alt-Z? There you are. Yeah, I just want to see gallery. Fuck yes, that looks good. That looks fucking good. Look at her. Look at her. That's nice. That's nice. Let's see what other ones we have in here, because I'll just crop out the top part because it needs better framing anyway. This is good though. A nice photo right there. Good, love that. Very nice. Those are just some of them though. I think there's a bunch of others. Those are just the recent ones. Yeah, here. Okay, let me close this. Let's get back to our game. Ouch!
I'm falling back!
Pull back! They're through! All right, Inquisitor. You have your way in. Let's make use of it. We'll keep the main host of demons occupied for as long as we can.
I'll be fine. Just keep the men safe.
We'll do what we have to, Inquisitor. Warden Stroud will guard your back. Orc is with our soldiers on the battlements. She's assisting them until you arrive. There's too much resistance on the walls. Our men on the ladders can't get a foothold. If you can clear out the enemies on the battlements, we'll cover your advance.
All right, let's go kick some ass. How do I get up there, though? Through the door. Oh, I saw Stroud wearing his warden uniform and just attacked because he was wearing a warden uniform. Stroud, my man, my buddy, this is a chaotic battlefield and I'm just gonna lash out at anything that's blue and silver, so maybe it's not a good idea to be wearing that right fucking now. Do you not have other armor you could use? Inscription upon a trebuchet stone. All who walk in sight of the Maker are one. Stick this in your taint, Blighty. Good. Damn it! That was on me. That one was on me. I thought that might have been one of Solus's things.
Have your back. Everyone, stay back.
I thought that was one of Solus's again. Damn it!
Keep your distance!
The Inquisition is here to stop Clarel, not to kill Wardens. If you fall back, you won't be harmed.
All right. My men will stay back. We want no part of this. Deal with Clarel as you must.
Well said. I had hoped some of the Wardens would listen to reason.
Alright, everybody who needs it. There we go. Use that supply cache, baby. Alright. Let's roll. What is this one then? Find a way to the battlements. Okay, good. Because I want to go to the battlements first for sure. Do all the little side quests here, because anything we can to make this better for my people. It is a very epic mission. World bending, if you might say. Anyone have a guess where this is gonna end? Like the literal place it will end? Is literal the right word for that? You keep opening these chests hoping there's going to be something interesting inside, and then it's just like common level gear. Rip!
Clear the ladder. Our forces need a way up.
There's one! Next! You don't have health anymore. Money and cheese. Everybody's good. No need to resupply.
Press on ahead, Your Worship. We'll clear a path.
For the Inquisition!
Oh, that's a big one. Perfect. I'm learning how to actually use this build. Look at that. And then he does the dumb disappearing act. Can't zoom out. Okay.
I thought your men could use some help up here. Good work. Stay with my forces and see that they survive this.
I'll keep the demons off them as best I can.
Cool. Alright. Let's finish this invasion, shall we?
We need to clear a path for our guys.
Ooh, that was not enough damage. There we go. And cleared.
We must hurry. Our forces cannot stand against the demons for long.
Well, that was just bad. Yep. Misguided and bad. Alright. Warden Clarel is probably gonna end up dying after this. Let's be honest. Good thing I know another Warden commander who's really good at their job and doesn't kill people and do blood magic to bind demons for a demon army, and etc. She does have another job that is kind of important, aka being Queen of Ferelden, but you know, maybe she'll take a break or something. Eh, it's not good enough. Not good enough. Alright, everyone's telling me let's go, let's do it. See no reason to delay. So, as everyone says, let's go, let's do it. Let's go. Well, this looks bad.
Wardens! We are betrayed by the very world we have sworn to protect.
The Inquisition is inside Clarel. We have no time to stand on ceremony.
These men and women are giving their lives, Magister. That might mean little in Tevinter, but for the Wardens, it is a sacred duty. It has been many long years, my friend.
Too many, Clarel. If my sword arm can no longer serve the Wardens, then my blood will have to do.
It will.
Stop them! We must complete the ritual!
Time for the power of words.
Clarel, if you complete that ritual, you're doing exactly what Ehrman wants.
What? Fighting the Blight? Keeping the world safe from Darkspawn? Who wouldn't want that? And yes, the ritual requires blood sacrifice. Hate me for that if you must, but do not hate the Wardens for doing their duty!
We make the sacrifices no one else will. Our warriors die proudly for a world that will never thank them.
And then your Tevinter ally binds the mages to Corypheus!
Corypheus? But he's dead.
These people will say anything to shake your confidence, Clarel.
Bring it through!
This is tense.
I've seen more than my share of blood magic. It is never worth the cost.
I trained half of you myself. Do not make me kill you to stop this madness.
Be ready with the ritual, Clarel. This demon is truly worthy of your strength.
Can I select both of these? I don't know.
The Grey Wardens have a proud history.
Fuck you, Solus.
Stopped the Blight at the Silent Plains, at Starkhaven and Hunterfell, at Aesley and Denerim. This world owes you a debt it can never repay. I would not stand against you if I did not know you were being misused.
Clarel, we have come so far. You're the only one who can do this.
Perhaps we could test the truth of these charges to avoid more bloodshed.
Or perhaps I should bring in a more reliable ally. My master thought you might come here, Inquisitor. He sent me this to welcome you.
Reactions. There we go.
Clarel, wait.
Help the Inquisitor!
There we go. Ooh. Feeling kind of juicy, isn't it? Anything special about any of this? Here? No. Oh, you're not someone who's... Okay. Just checking. My knives are out. Ooh! Alright, well, I guess we'll just go up the thing. stupid dragon. This is tense.
You've destroyed the Grey Wardens.
Man's about to get yeeted off the fucking side of this building.
You did that to yourself, you stupid bitch. All I did was dangle a little power before your eyes, and you couldn't wait to get your hands bloody. You could have served a new god.
I will never serve the Blight.
Where'd my clothes go? Ooh, fuck. Alright. Well, I do not see her coming back from that one. Alright, well, we've killed a couple of dragons before.
Victory. In peace, vigilance.
Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Everybody buckle up. We always love our walks through the Fade, don't we? You know, they're always a fun time. Always interesting, you know. Always a fun time. Oh, my laptop really wants a lot of updates. Wants a Windows update, wants a new driver update. What else do you want from me? Ow. I'm in the Fade and I'm looking fabulous.
Where are we?
We were falling. Is this... Are we dead?
No. This is the Fade.
This feels very Inception right now.
The Inquisitor opened a rift.
Womp.
And survived. I never thought I would ever find myself here physically. Look. The Black City. Almost close enough to touch.
This is incredible.
What spirit commands this place? I have never seen anywhere like it.
It's not how I remember the Fade either. Perhaps it's because we're here physically, instead of just dreaming. The stories say you walked out of the Fade at Haven. Was it like this?
I don't know. I still can't remember what happened the last time I did this.
Well, whatever happened at Haven, we can't assume we're safe now. That huge demon was right on the other side of that rift Eramond was using, and there could be others.
In our world, the rift the demons came through was nearby, in the main hall. Can we escape the same way?
It sounds like our best option. There. Let's go.
We just go into the glowy, spinny asshole. We'll be good. Cassandra's just taking this in stride. She's like, this should be breaking her brain. Welcome back to the Fade, everybody. We found the titular abyss. Where's the Black City again? We've seen it in other parts, but...
It is not the area I would have chosen, of course. To physically walk within the Fade.
Right. You like it here. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, literally.
Solus, you're the expert on this place. Anything helpful?
The Fade is shaped by intent and emotion. Remain focused, and it will lead you where you wish to go. The demon that controls this area is extremely powerful. Some variety of fear, I would guess. I suggest you remain wary of its manipulations, and prepare for what is certain to be a fascinating experience.
Fascinating. Okay. That's fun.
That's unexpected.
What? Why are you all the way over here? Let me kill you.
We should look around.
There must be something here.
Y'all need to stop. I will get to it, alright? Hold on. Pilgrim. Came to the Temple of Sacred Ashes with the faithful, ready to help with the conclave. Prayed to the Maker for peace, but the mountain shook, fell, and buried me. Alone in the darkness, my legs crushed. I cried in fear of a world with no Maker, fading in and out of dreams, monsters inside the black. Light my final hours, let me go to the Maker without the terrors of darkness confounding me. Ooh, okay. Well, it's gonna give me some cool stuff. Funny, but not funny, haha. Funny, weird. It's true, though. We live in a society. Oh good, this stuff's here too. Alright, great. Glad to know that even the Fade isn't immune from the fucking red lyrium. That's gonna be fine and safe and good. But still fought for you when the demons poured from the sky where the table of sacred ashes used to stand. My hand shook so badly I could not aim my bow, but I still fought for you. When Corypheus and his archdemon destroyed Haven and killed my friends, I screamed until I had no voice, but I still fought for you, sending me to attack Adamant. They say that the fortress is defended by an army of demons. The odds are grim. We cannot win, but our distraction, our sacrifice may give the important people the chance to do what is necessary. My stomach is knotted, and I see dead friends from old battles reaching out for me each time I close my eyes. So afraid, Maker, but still I will fight for you. Writer unknown. Well, if that writer's still alive when we're out of this, I'm gonna give him one big fucking hug. Will it deal with the trauma that he's, you know, had to endure? No, but, you know. there's a chair over there. The book. Book that wasn't particularly interesting. +1 magic. Cool. No comment on the fact that I believe is an illuvion. Illuvion? Illuvion? I don't know exactly how you pronounce it. Big mirror that teleports you to places and including the Fade, apparently. Oh, hello.
By the Maker. Could that be?
I greet you, Warden. And you, Champion.
Divine Justinia. Most holy.
Cassandra.
Breaking Cassandra's brain.
Cassandra, you knew the Divine. Is this really her?
I know, right?
I don't know. It is said the souls of the dead pass through the Fade and sometimes linger, but we know the spirits lie. Be wary, Inquisitor.
I fear the Divine is indeed dead. It is likely we face a spirit, or a demon.
You think my survival impossible, yet here you stand alive in the Fade yourselves. In truth, proving my existence either way would require time we do not have.
Surely you can understand our concerns and explain what you are.
I am here to help you. You do not remember what happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, Inquisitor.
The real Divine would have no way of knowing that I'd been made Inquisitor.
I know, because I have examined memories like yours, stolen by the demon that serves Corypheus. It is the nightmare you forget upon waking. It feeds off memories of fear and darkness, growing fat upon the terror. The false calling that terrified the Wardens into making such grave mistakes? Its work.
I would gladly avenge the insult this nightmare dealt my brethren.
You will have your chance, brave Warden. This place of darkness is its lair.
Corypheus seems to have a lot of demons at his disposal. How does he command so many?
I know not how he commands his army of demons. His power may come from the Blight itself, but the nightmare serves willingly. For Corypheus has brought much terror to this world. He was one of the Magisters who unleashed the first Blight upon the world, was he not? Every child's cry as the Archdemon circles. Every dwarf's whimper in the deep roads. The nightmare has fed well.
Can you help us get out of the Fade?
That is why I found you. When you entered the Fade at Heaven, the demon took a part of you. Before you do anything else, you must recover it. These are your memories, Inquisitor.
You have to fight them. Thanks. Welcome to the inside of your brain. Yeah, this kind of upends a little bit, doesn't it? I mean, go through all this. You're supposed to be dead. Psychonauts. Ah! I didn't know we were playing Dragon Age Psychonauts crossover. It's too bad. There could be like a Raz thing in here, like a little what's the word I'm looking for? Easter egg is the word.
forth the sacrifice.
Why are you doing this? You, of all people!
What's going on here?
Why are you doing this? You, of all people!
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone, help! What's going on here?
Not what I was wearing, but I'll take it.
So, your mark did not come from Andraste. It came from the orb Corypheus used in his ritual.
Corypheus intended to rip open the veil, use the anchor to enter the Fade, and throw open the doors of the Black City. Not for the old gods, but for himself. When you disrupted his plan, the orb bestowed the anchor upon you instead.
I never thought Andraste did this. I did this myself, through my actions. No maker required.
That's incredibly smug for not what I wanted to say.
Of the nightmare until you regain all that it took from you. You have recovered some of yourself, but now it knows you are here. You must make haste. I will prepare the way ahead.
Something troubles you, Hawk.
Those were Grey Wardens holding the Divine in that vision. Their actions led to her death.
I assumed he had taken their minds, as you have seen him do before. Come, we can argue after we escape this dark place.
Oh, I intend to.
So that was annoying. I mean, I won't reload. It's fine. Like that's one response, and it didn't have any like effects or anything, but like, come the fuck on. When I said that, when the little text that's there says, that's what I suspected, right? I'm thinking like, you know, me being like, yeah, I kind of figured that it didn't have anything to do with Andraste when I saw the orb and started connecting the dots. Like, that's the thought process that I was thinking that implied. That, you know, oh yeah, no, this makes sense now and makes a lot more sense than divine power because, you know, yeah, I saw these things, but I'm not the most religious Inquisitor, neither am I the most religious person, and we're just gonna kind of follow the science where it goes here. And, well, orb is power thing, orb does bad things, and key and orb is whatever this thing is now, the anchor, right? Cool. But instead, BioWare had to go and be like, nah, this is you being like, oh, I knew it wasn't Andraste, and I had nothing to do with the Maker. It was all me.
Been the most holy.
Fuck.
We have survived in the Fade physically. Perhaps she did as well. Or, if it is a spirit that identifies so strongly with Justinia that it believes it is her, how can we say it is not?
She seems interested in helping us. That much is clear.
What of the demon she mentioned? This nightmare sounds dangerous.
Sounds like it preys on fear. Stealing people's memories. That's low, even for a demon.
Fear is very strong. It predates love, pride, compassion, every emotion. Save perhaps desire. Be wary. The nightmare will do anything in its power to weaken our resolve.
After what it did to my fellow wardens, I pray we find some way to strike it down.
More of those candles. Oh, like that one right there. Or not.
Ah, we have a visitor. Some silly little girl comes to steal the fear I kindly lifted from her shoulders. You should have thanked me and left your fear where it lay, forgotten. You think the pain will make you stronger? What fool filled your mind with such dread? The only one who grows stronger from your fears is me. But you are a guest here in my home, so by all means let me return what you have forgotten.
This guy seems fun. Turn the item to the freeholder. Who's that? Oh. Show me that this world survives. Show me that the poison does not take everything. I see. We aren't looking for candles. We're looking to assuage fears. Wow, this is quite the interesting literal therapy session. Physical therapy? Different take on the words physical and therapy in this context. It's therapy, but physical. But still for your emotions and mind.
What are those things?
They're spiders.
I'm not familiar with this.
To be honest, they decided whether the guys sit here swinging their armor ready to cop our heads. Then, saying continues the way they can't control us any longer. Won't go back to the circle, not ever. Oh, okay. Ooh, fun. Where am I going here?
Perhaps I should be afraid, facing the most powerful members of the Inquisition. Once again, Hawk is in danger because of you, Varric. You found the Red Lyrium. You brought Hawk here.
Just keep talking, Smiley.
Your Inquisitor is a fraud, Cassandra. Yet more evidence there is no Maker, that all your faith has been for naught.
Die in the void, demon.
AKA, get fucked. Oh, Cassandra, good job. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. That was good. Die in the void.
Döthma Herelan, Mabanal Inasalin, Marsolas Inamardin.
Bonal Nadas.
I want to know what he said. I want to know what he said, and I want to know if I can tell you what he said. Okay, I can't say what he said. But it's good. I'm glad. BioWare doing its best to keep that spoiler from being spoiled.
I think you mattered, Hawk. Did you think anything you ever did mattered? You couldn't even save your city. How could you expect to strike down a god? Isabella is going to die, just like your son.
Those were little fears. Tiny manifestations spawned from the nightmare itself.
God damn it, Solus, shut the fuck up!
Something so many fear.
I wanted to...
I see maggots crawling in filth.
Remember, we walk in the Fade. Demons of fear shape their appearance to unnerve each of us.
Damn it. Where's the last place? This might be too close. We'll find out. We'll see. Yeah, no, that was right where we were. Have to go back 5 minutes. Cool. God damn it. The game forced me into having a confrontation, so I fought, and then it triggered an overriding conversation. Why can't they just trigger right after each other? Stupid thing. Okay. So we're here.
What are those things? What is that?
Perhaps I should be afraid, facing
just let it play.
Powerful members of the Inquisition. Once again, Hawk is in danger because of you, Varric. You found the Red Lyrium. You brought Hawk here.
Just keep talking, Smiley.
Inquisitor is a fraud, Cassandra. Yet more evidence there is no Maker, and all your faith has been for naught.
Die in the void, demon.
I still love it. Get fucked.
Döth ma Herelan, Mabanal Inasalin, Marsolas Ina Martin.
Bonal Nadas.
Alright, what if I just, like, walk back this way or something? Come on. Or do I have to walk forward? The minute he starts talking. Come on.
Did you think you mattered, Hawk? Did you think anything you ever did mattered? You couldn't even save your city. How could you expect to strike down a god? Isabella is going to die, just like your family and everyone you ever cared about.
Of course, the fear demon would know where to hurt us most. We must ignore it.
Okay. Also, why the fuck are you holding a bow and arrow? You're a rogue that uses 2 knives. You were using 2 knives earlier. All of a sudden, she's changed classes.
Those were little fears. Tiny manifestations spawned from the nightmare itself.
And they take the form of spiders. Something so many fear.
Spiders? I see maggots crawling in filth.
Remember, we walk in the Fade. Demons of fear shape their appearance to unnerve each of us.
Wonderful.
The nightmare is closer now. It knows you seek escape. With each moment, it grows stronger. We cannot tarry long.
So, can you tell me what you are?
I told you. I am helping you.
Yes, but are you her, or some kind of Fade remnant of her? Or a spirit imitating her?
Our world is never that simple. What if the answer is none of those things? Or all of them? I am what the Maker made me. The question is, are you what the Maker made you, Inquisitor?
I was meant to become the Inquisitor.
But what is the Inquisitor? And how will she change the world? You believe in your purpose, and that is good. That is your power.
You still haven't answered my question. What are you?
I am what you see. All other answers rest in you.
Okay. Never mind. I thought her voice was very, very similar enough to Liliana's that it was just Liliana's voice actress. But no, it's someone totally different. I'm just looking to see what else she's been in. Star Wars The Old Republic. Okay, Mass Effect. Oh, Rachni Queen. Interesting. Sergeant Kyra Sterling and Greta Reynolds. Okay. Fallout 76. Nuclear launch silo. Meaning like the voice of the computer in the silo or something. Morrowind. Oh, Elder Scrolls Online. My mistake. He's been in a lot. A lot, but I'm looking for something that, like, I know that's not too out of there. Well, let's stop there. Anyway.
Tell me why you're here. Why take part in this?
After heaven, I hid here. I watched quietly, learned what I could, and searched for some way to help. And then you came.
I don't know what that means.
Corypheus and the Nightmare do an injustice to the world. You must stop them. Perhaps you were meant to stop them. Perhaps that is why I am here.
What can you tell me about this mark on my hand?
You already know how the mark came to be upon your hand. As for what it is the needle that pulls the thread, as well as the key.
I don't understand.
It is the needle that passes through the veil, as little else can. You are the thread, and it is the key that locks or unlocks the door to the Fade. It lets you walk in the Fade physically, and survive. Without it, Corypheus must find another way to the Black City. It is part of you now, and cannot be removed without your death.
Okay.
I'd like to know more about the Nightmare.
It is not simply fear. It is the terror you cannot remember, the horror your mind erases to protect you. When old memories no longer make the veteran soldier's hand tremble, it is because the Nightmare has taken them. Most people avoid their fears. It is simple for the demon to steal the darkest fragments. They forget, and it feeds. Corypheus has helped it grow monstrous.
It makes people forget the worst parts of their fears. It almost sounds like the Nightmare is helping people.
Perhaps it was once. But now, it helps none but Corypheus. By his hand, it creates more fear and grows even stronger. In any case, robbing people of their fears is never a kindness. At best, it is a mistake born of compassion. Without fear and pain and failure, we cannot learn. We cannot grow.
Could deal with a little bit less of it in my life, though, personally.
You must know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
As must you. The answer lies in your memories, lost to the Nightmare when you last walked the Fade.
Or you could just tell me.
Would you trust my words? Trust what you have seen.
So, all of this is just a dream? Part of the Fade?
It is not just a dream. The minds of mankind are...
Life could be a dream. If only all my precious plans would come true. If only I could spend my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Shaboom, shaboom. Hello again, shaboom, and hoping we'll meet again. Oh, life could be a dream. Sorry. She's talking and... Never mind.
We should keep moving.
I fucked that up, but that's okay. It wasn't that important. Don't worry. Don't worry, it's fine. That missed! He dodged!
Make it take you!
And the wardens served in glory, no blade could touch me, no claw pierced my armor, still I was fated by joining to die. Alone in the deep roads, the calling in my mind to sap at the last campfire I would see, I myself one last night of terror and curse the fate that brought me here. Let it be my choice to have served and died. Let it be nobility rather than the dread hand of fate. Destroy my destiny and let this be my decision. Interesting. I'm not sure how to do that, but we will attempt to find a way. Aw.
There must be something here.
Ah, gotta go through the thing, so...
Go! Keep running! The demons!
Back in Haven. That's how I escaped.
The demons! Keep running! Ah!
Is gonna get really mad at me.
It was you. They thought it was Andraste sending me from the Fade, but it was the Divine behind me. And then you... She died.
Yes.
So this creature is simply a spirit?
I think we all knew that was the case, Warden.
I am sorry if I disappoint you.
It's a big hat.
Are you a memory of the Divine? A reflection?
If that is the story you wish to tell, it is not a bad one.
What we do know is that the mortal Divine perished at the temple, thanks to the Grey Wardens.
As I said, the Grey Wardens responsible for that crime were under the control of Corypheus. We can discuss this further once we return to Adamant.
Yes, Adamant, where the Inquisition faces an army of demons raised by the Wardens.
How dare you judge us? You tore Kirkwall apart and started the Mage Rebellion.
To protect innocent mages, not madmen drunk on blood magic. Even without the influence of Corypheus, the Wardens go too far. They need to be checked.
Agreed. The Wardens may once have served a greater good, but they are far too dangerous now.
The Wardens are a risk. Send them away before they cause even more trouble.
I don't know what to tell you. There are a few good ones, but an awful lot of the Wardens I've known went crazy.
Oh, there's a lot of unanimity here.
Sweet Maker, could both of you please shut up? We can argue once we've escaped from the giant fear demon.
Inquisitor!
Dare I put this in perspective?
The nightmare has found us.
Bye. Thanks for the help.
I'm with you.
Yeah, right now is like the opposite of the time to be talking about this moment. Let's survive here, and then maybe we'll figure out what happens next after we survive. One thing at a time, all right? One thing at a time. It's like trying to figure out what the Inquisition is going to do once we defeat Corypheus. I'm like, well, we don't know that we're going to defeat him yet, because we haven't gotten to that point. So, maybe we don't have a plan, because whatever plan we have might be shit in, like, a month. Just like right now, deciding whether the future of the
divine is the key to escaping from the fate.
The future of the fucking Grey Wardens as an organization is dependent on
Warden Stroud, how must it feel to devote your whole life to the Wardens only to watch them fall? Or worse, to know that you were responsible for their destruction? When the next blight comes, will they curse your name?
The Maker's blessing will end this wretched beast.
Want to finish fighting anyone until... Huh. +1 strength. There's something with this. For some reason I thought this was like a thing where if you collect all but one of them, you get to keep your bonuses, but like if you do the last of them, you know, ruin it or something.
Do you think you can fight me? I am your every fear come to life. I am the veiled hand of Corypheus himself. The demon army you fear, I command it. They are bound all through me.
Ah, so if we banish you, we banish the demons. Thank you. Every fear come to life.
The sass. The sass. Ah. Solution presents itself, huh?
I guess things just float whenever they feel like it here. Wonder what's up there. Or maybe it's best we never find out.
We all float down here. Sounded like Veilfire for a minute. Big man. Big man dead. Keep laughing. You are also dead. Ugh. Oh, stuffed animal. What? Okay. I don't know what the flashy bit is for. Okay. You know what, can all of you come over here? Hold on, come on, everybody come over here. And stay. Don't move, please. Oh my god. Nope. Now I know the entire combination. Boop. 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 Cool. I don't know what that was, but cool. What? Okay, there's another fear down there. Let's see, we don't want to finish until we get there, though. Okay, not go that way. Look at all these demons. Look at all those chickens. These are spirals.
hard to trust my footing in this place.
The Scholar. There's a graveyard over there by the looks of it. Ooh, spooky. Blackwall himself. Barrack became his parents. Vivienne, irrelevance. Iron Bull, madness. Dorian, temptation. Solus, dying alone. Bull, despair. Sarah, the nothing. No Eleanor? Cassandra, helplessness. Huh, there's some missing ones here. That's fun though, right? Okay, is that it? Final reward is up there, but if I go up these stairs, then I'm going to be too close to the divine. It might start a cutscene or something. So we're going to go the long way. A lot of backtracking in the Fate. Slow walk, isn't it? I have to wonder what the bright light is. It's not the sun, right? What is it then? No?
Look!
Oop, a little weird crazy thing there. Oop, okay. not to rush you, Memory of the Divine or whatever we want to call you, but anytime you would like to finish would be nice. Okay, get to the rift. Get to the chopper!
You must get through the rift, Inquisitor. Get through, and then slam it closed with all your strength. That will banish the army of demons and exile this cursed creature to the farthest reaches of the Fade.
Essence of Perfection. What's that? What is that? What is that? Crafting material. Tier 3 Masterwork Critical Crafting. Oh, critical crafting chance 100%. Okay, that's what it is. I can essentially force there to be a masterwork. So I can make this armor, but better. Anybody need a top up? No. What the fuck?
The rift! We're almost there!
Great, Hawk. Why not just dare the old gods to try and stop you?
That's a big spider. Oh, he looks fun. But very nasty.
If you would,
sort of spider.
Liliana, I am sorry. I failed you too.
It's just the aspect of the nightmare, though.
You are nothing!
We can do it!
You cannot stand against me.
Except I am. You know what? This is a good place to use the super special crazy thing that I have. I should be using it, and I'm not. Also, Hawk, you gonna come and join the party sometime today, or are you just down here having fun? Like, what's going on? Whoa. Keeps running away on me, though.
I grow fat on your fear.
What if I'm not afraid? let's get that health bar down, baby.
You will die in agony.
I don't know, I'm doing a pretty good job of killing you first. Like that. As I say, why do we all just slow down here? Well, it didn't die.
Go! I'll cover you.
No, you were right. The Grey Wardens caused this.
Uh-oh.
A warden must help them rebuild. That's your job. Corypheus is mine.
Oh boy, I get to decide who lives and who dies. This is a familiar feeling, isn't it? Oh boy. Oh boy. Why did my stupid thing? I need to turn that off. 1:35? It's a weird time for that to go off. This is fun. Alright, I mean, I know what I want to do. Sorry, Stroud, you're not really that important.
Stroud.
Inquisitor, it has been an honor.
We all just knew what was going to be said at that point.
For the Warden!
I ain't letting my girl die. Alright? Us blonde, cold-hearted, powerful, rich bitches gotta stick together, alright? There are only 3 of us in this whole entire world. And I know there's only 3, because in Dragon Age Origins, we killed Honora, so there's 1. And in Dragon Age 2, we killed Meredith, so there's 2. I guess Celine counts. Yeah, Celine counts. So I guess there's 4. There's 4. Yeah. So yeah. That Hawk, she ain't dying. Not on my watch, bitch. Not after all the times we went through. See, the thing is, the person who is the Warden ally changes. It's not Stroud all the time. And that's supposed to be a bigger, more important decision, basically, because essentially if it all goes back to Dragon Age Origins, if you I'll stop, hold on, let this play out. Ooh, that was cool. Just... Damn it, I missed the point to take a picture. Fuck.
She was right. Without the nightmare to control them, the mages are free and Corypheus loses his demon army. Though as far as they're all concerned, The Inquisitor broke the spell with the blessing of the Maker.
Don't say it out loud.
Once they understand what really happened...
Honestly, after all the death they've seen, perhaps it would be better to let them believe the legend.
Inquisitor, the Archdemon flew off as soon as you disappeared. The Venatori Magister is unconscious but alive. Cullen thought you might wish to deal with him yourself. As for the Wardens, those who weren't corrupted helped us fight the demons.
We stand ready to help make up for Clarel's tragic mistake. Where is Stroud?
Warden Stroud died striking a blow against a servant of the Blight. We will honor his sacrifice, and remember how he exemplified the ideals of the Grey Wardens, even as Corypheus and his servants tried to destroy you all from within.
Inquisitor, we have no one left of any significant rank. What do we do now?
Join up, baby.
You stay and do whatever you can to help.
Shut the fuck up, Solus.
Stroud died for the ideals of the Wardens. In war, victory. And we are still at war. Do you believe the Wardens can still help?
I do, your worship.
You're still vulnerable to Corypheus, and possibly his Venatori. But there are plenty of demons that need killing.
Shut the fuck up, Egghead.
You give them yet another chance?
While they do that, I'll inform the Wardens at Weishaupt what's happened. Best they not get caught off guard.
Thank you, your worship. We will not fail you.
Good luck, Inquisitor. It's been an honor. And take care of Varric for me.
He's right there. He's right here. He's still with me. Still right here. Okay, now while we've got that loading screen. The Warden ally, the other person who's supposed to be in your party, depending on your choices in Dragon Age Origins, is either Alistair or Loghain. If you saved Loghain and made him join the Grey Wardens at the end of Dragon Age Origins, then he is the one that is the Warden ally. If you saved Alistair and you had him stay a Grey Warden, then he's the one. So it's supposed to essentially be a choice between Hawk, your player character from DA2, or Alistair, the cute, adorable puppy from DAO. But if you play it like I do, you get Stroud, who is someone that exists, and therefore I have no emotional attachment to. You're asking me to choose between a character that I have an emotional attachment to because I played an entire game as them?
Send me one final report. She's on her way to Weishaupt. As for the Grey Wardens, they are fighting demons and Red Templars while staying clear of Venatori. You dealt Corypheus a significant blow, Inquisitor.
I have to be very careful here. Hold on. Might be important. Or not. Okay. Wait, he has something to do with this? Oh, okay, yeah. No, I already did that though. Here's the other thing, though. I gotta check this. Okay, nothing there either.
The Grey Wardens carry respect in other nations. If we spread word that the Inquisition has their support...
We may gain standing with nations that have suffered under the Blight. I will take the matter to Josephine. While you bested Corypheus here and at Halam Shiral, he himself was not present either time. We fear he is close to finding another way to enter the Fade. When you have a moment, Colin and Josephine are waiting in the war room with an update. What was she like? Divine Justinia, or her soul, or the spirit that took her form. I read your report. I know it isn't clear, but...
She seemed calm, serene even, and she guided us the whole way through.
That does sound like her.
She did ask me to tell you something, though. She said, "I'm sorry, I failed you too."
Oh. I should finish this before it slips my mind. Perhaps later we might discuss the matter further. Thank you.
No, he needs a hug. Oh, we are gonna come back and talk to her in a minute, but in a minute. That work? Can't see anything. Oh, don't know. Okay.
I'm told you gave the Grey Wardens another chance, Inquisitor. Would I have done the same, I wonder? Forgiveness can be difficult. I hope the Order values what you've done and gives you no reason to regret it.
I'll leave you to it.
The Inquisitor's work is never done, I see.
I should go.
Oh, nothing to say. Alright. Fair enough. Run down, we'll talk to the fucking egg.
Good afternoon.
Nothing? Really? Okay.
Goodbye.
Bitch. There we go. The Grey Wardens, Weishaupt, or Adamant is on there now. Fade and everything, so... I guess this kind of serves as the meter of how far along we are. We're about 3/4 of the way, because there's only 2 more panels left of the room. She is still a softie. She needs a hug. Oh, you got Blackwall and Stroud mixed up. That's fair. They're both Orlesian. They've got, well, I mean, Blackwall has a really Ferelden accent. It confuses me.
My dear, I know you must have a great deal on your mind right now, but I need to speak with you. You know as well as I how far the Inquisition's influence has spread.
Here we go.
And how desperate the Grand Clerics have become. Our opinion will be instrumental in their election of the new Divine.
Yes. It is. Be very careful here.
I thought that might be coming after the Grand Ball.
The Inquisition may not be invited to their vote, but our actions will certainly influence the Grand Clerics. To sit on the Sunburst throne, a candidate should have grace, charm, and a will of solid steel. Cassandra may lack the first two, but unless you can think of someone better, she is the strongest choice.
Oh, the bait is so low, honey. You are trying way too fucking hard.
What would your ideal Divine do with her power?
The most important thing, of course, is the restoration of the Circles and the Templar Order.
Ah, yes. A return to normalcy.
For ages must be rebuilt and the malcontents utterly crushed.
And destroy opposition, too.
To threaten the lives of the innocent. After we have restored sanity to the world, there will be time to address voices of dissent.
Quote-unquote address. Wow, how the fuck did I ever let this woman win before?
Where can we find candidates outside of the Chantry? There must be someone other than Leliana or Cassandra.
The Chantry is already desperate. They would not look to unordained women if they had any choice. You may have better luck searching the halls of the Imperial Court. There are many women serving the Empire who have the necessary presence and acumen.
Leliana might be a better choice than Cassandra, don't you think?
Leliana is a well-meaning fool. She will do irreparable harm to countless people in the name of freedom. She proposes to abolish the circles with nothing but a solemn promise from mages not to murder children. When an angry mage lashes out inside a tower, villages aren't destroyed. The circle protects us all. Mages will die and take ordinary men with them in a war that cannot be won. Consider carefully, Inquisitor. Everything we do is a sign from the Maker to those who seek one.
Alright, bitch.
You walked physically through the Fade. Please tell me what you remember.
I had visions. Echoes of what happened to me the first time. The Divine was there, or something like her.
Manifestations of your own mind, perhaps? Or external memories awakened by your presence? I suppose there's no way to tell. No one else has physically entered the Fade since the Magisters assaulted the Golden City. Oh, I'm positively envious right now.
Alright, moving on. That was a fun little conversation about not letting you be divine. Why you look so sad?
I knew Stroud, you know, not well. He led the Wardens near Kirkwall. Not many people knew who he was, but the man was a hero when it mattered. He wasn't the first good man to fall to Corypheus. He won't be the last. This story's no good for heroes.
You must be glad that Hawk made it back in one piece.
Yeah, closest thing I've ever seen to a miracle there.
You're welcome.
Hawk asked me to tell everyone back in Kirkwall where she's going. Baker's breath, Isabella's going to be furious. I'd better write some letters. Excuse me.
Aww. You think that her pirate captain lover won't just hop on a ship and run out there? Isabella is her wife.
To write some letters. Another time, all right?
Wow, I just got that brush off. Holy shit.
I understand you have spared the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them. 'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, they will no doubt be needed. Or so they would have us believe. One thing which makes me curious, did you encounter the hero of Ferelden at Adamant Fortress?
No, the Queen of Ferelden was not there.
Was the hero of Ferelden a friend of yours?
We traveled together during the time she fought the Blight. I helped her, and she helped me. Indeed, without her, my son would never have been born. Regardless, did you see her?
I wish I had more to tell you, but no. I don't think so.
She's not the sort of woman to fade into the background. If she was there, you would have known.
She's the fucking queen. Yeah, would have known.
We'll be heading into the Arbor Wilds very soon, Inquisitor. Trust me when I say that wherever the Illuvian is hidden, it is worth any effort to prevent Corypheus from acquiring it.
Wow, way to just spoil that, I guess?
What have you been doing to help us?
Currently, my efforts are focused on determining the... If I learn of its origin, I may also learn what Corypheus now intends, as well as his weaknesses. Continue prodding at...
Small demon child. Guess we'll go outside now and try all the people out there.
Inquisitor?
My wife.
You got your wish, sort of.
What do you have to say? Where'd he go? Where is the man? The man, the myth, the legend. Huh. Is not here? I don't remember this being a problem. Oh, there he is.
Someone I knew once described adamant to me. Adamant is, and always will be, the Order, he said. A guardian on the edge of the abyss. The lone soul that stares into oblivion and doesn't waver. That's what Warden Commander Clarel tried to be. Well, they all tried to be. I'm told her wardens never wavered. They went to their deaths willingly. They died for us. And Corypheus twisted their sacrifice to make it his own.
We stopped him. We saved most of the Wardens.
But not all of them. And they died thinking they were doing something good. There's no one to blame but Corypheus. Even Clarel's intentions were righteous. Her desire to protect was so great it led her astray. It's not right. To want to do good, to be good, and have that turned against you.
Don't think of what went wrong. Think of their intentions, their sacrifice. Honor their selflessness.
Clarel made mistakes, but she was a great woman. And she died a great woman. It's not the armor or the trappings of the Order. It's not the joining. At the heart of it, all a Warden is a promise. To protect others, even at the cost of your own life.
He is sad man. And he has quests.
Want a drink? I've a hankering for company.
That was a really long cutscene to do that. Grilling company. You get a picture of that sad scene.
When I was a boy, there were these urchins who roamed the streets near my father's house. One day, they found a dog. A wretched little thing. It came to them for food. They caught it, tied a rope around its neck, and strung it up. Do you know what I did?
You stopped them. Cut the dog down.
I did nothing. Not a damn thing. It was crying. I saw the kicking legs, the neck straining and twisting. And I turned around, went inside, and closed the door. I could have told my father, or alerted someone. I didn't. I just pretended it wasn't happening.
You couldn't have been the only one there, and no one else stepped in.
Doesn't make what I did any less wrong. I may as well have tied the noose myself. We could make the world better. It's just easier to shut our eyes.
Nothing worth doing is easy.
Look at you. You would have done the right thing. We're lucky there are people like you in the world.
Don't be a bystander.
There's always some dog out there.
I know, right?
A
little too real.
That doesn't know how to stay away.
Very weird. Okay. well,
Grey Warden.
Again. Again. Come on! This is why the Qun doesn't like women fighting. I should have asked Cullen.
yeah, don't fuck with Cassandra.
Perhaps you can take over.
Qunari training exercise to master your fear. I heard about the nightmare at Adamant. Sounded big.
Can you explain why I'm supposed to hit you with this stick?
Probably, if I try. It'd involve a lot of Qunari words, though. Just hit me with the stick, all right? I need to get over this demon crap.
All right.
All right.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Damn demon. Who's stuck in the fade, huh?
Bull, if you're scared of demons...
Less talking, more hitting. Piece of fade, piece of crap! And who killed you? That's right, Iron fucking Bull! I needed that. Thanks, boss.
And that works for you?
Yep.
All right, then.
Okay. And that was it. That was it. Well, since we're next to Cassandra, might as well talk to her. Sure, she's got thoughts.
Writing does not come naturally to me, as I'm certain you can imagine.
Are you all right? You seem very intent.
I am. This needs to be done before I forget. As if written by a dim-witted child. Historians will one day ask what happened at Adamant Fortress, in the Fade. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. It must be recorded.
That's an excellent idea, Cassandra.
I certainly thought so, until I started writing. I still don't know what to say about the spirit of the divine. I saw her there, heard her voice, yet I cannot claim with certainty it was really her. The Chantry teaches us that the souls of the dead pass through the Fade, so it could have been her. Yet even so...
Do you really think it might have been her? A ghost?
A ghost. A remnant of her hopes and memories. Her lingering will to do good. Those things are all possible. Nobody knows for certain what happens after we die. A spirit could have assumed her form, but why? It helped you, as Justinia herself would have.
Perhaps it doesn't matter what she really was, then.
It matters to me, to what I must write. I must interpret what I saw, yet I am no priest, no philosopher. I am a warrior.
I believe it was the Divine. She helped us one last time.
I hope that's true. I want to believe it.
It's more complicated than that, but okay.
When I realized we were physically in the Fade, I was terrified, almost beyond reason. The last time such a thing happened, we created Darkspawn. We created Corypheus. The world needs to know the truth this time. No more legends lost to the ages. What do you need, my friend?
That's enough.
Bum bum.
Commander Cullen did good work at Adamant. Breached those walls like he'd done it a dozen times. Nice job with the demons, by the way.
We'll talk later.
How you doing? Nice talking.
Okay.
She looked through me from the garden. I could hear it.
Heard what went on in that Fade thing? What you think went on? Can't even start to believe that business.
I think a lot of people are having trouble with what went on there.
People going on about visions and piss when real people are gone. Dead, probably. Stroud, yeah? Lost a serious moustache there.
Literally.
A busted down bunch of wardens. And they're always weird. Usually, bad stuff happens first, so you're glad when the hero shows up. But wardens are the wrong way round. They're the good thing that means a bad thing is about to happen. Like in Denerim, when the Blight ended.
A lot happened in Denerim. What did you see?
People talked a lot about this one warden. There was a big fight and they died, or I don't know, maybe they didn't.
No.
The hero of Ferelden. You forget the hero of Ferelden.
That was ages ago. 10 years. I was playing with small painted boxes and burying stuff I stole. I remember more people cringing about magic than Blight. Wardens were an excuse for your stuff to go missing. Blackwall's nice, though. Different from the Adamant ones. Need more like him.
Illuminating conversation as usual. Oh, there's more.
You have time? It's not a question, let's go. I've got something I want to do for you. Just come. You won't need your gear and stuff.
Sarah, explain.
Ah, just come on, will you? I haven't wanted to do this with anyone for a long time.
Okay.
We're eating. On a roof.
They're horrible, right? And raisins. Ugh. I friggin' still hate cookies.
No, it's just that this is all a little confusing.
I got caught stealing when I was little, yeah? You get alienage or worse for that, but the Lady Emerald took me in. She was sick and couldn't have children. I had no parents. It worked out. Anyway, she gets a year sicker, so I ask her about cookies. Because mums make cookies. I can pass that down or something. Turns out, she couldn't cook. She missed that talk with her mom. The one she made, she bought and pretended. Ah, right. Well, no, she was a bitch. She hid buying them by keeping me away from the baker. She did that by lying that he didn't like me, didn't like elves. She let me hate so she could protect her pride. I hated him so much, and I hated... Well, she died. And I hate pride. Pride cookies. But this Inquisition thing is working out, so I figured I could make some Inquisition cookies? Because then I could like them again. Oh, it's stupid.
I don't understand. This Lady Emerald was just trying to be good to you.
She hurt people.
It was just cookies.
It was not just cookies! Lie to herself, fair play, only hurts her. But she made me think there was something wrong with me. And the baker? I made his life shit. Why not? It seemed like he deserved it. I mean, if you don't give a child a cookie because of appearances, you're a monster. Stupid pride whore noble. I know, I said it was stupid. That's why I want to get rid of it. I want to make better cookies.
Very weird conversation.
You know what? That would be great.
See, I knew. Wait, really? Because it seemed friggin' daft every step to me. Suppose it's not really about them.
Make cookies.
I hate learning lessons. Makes my stomach hurt. Anyway, I'll throw this rubbish away. Next time will be better, yeah?
Sarah, anytime. Can we get off the roof now?
Oh, yes, please. Smells like bird and dank. This part, not a good idea. Thanks, yeah. Feels good, this.
Okay. Yeah. Very weird conversation. Okay. Good talk. Moving on. Good talk. Okay. Still not done.
Anything we can do, just ask. Thank you.
Love seeing you, yeah?
I'd like to know more about you, now that you're comfortable.
Suppose. It's embarrassing enough now, may as well.
Anything more to say about where you came from, aside from hating cookies there?
Denerim, mostly. Before running into another Jenny. He was fun. Had weird friends, though. I think some of them were a lot more serious about being serious. Got some of them killed. I suppose they were like family. Better than Lady Emerald ever was. You know why? They didn't give two squirts about who or what you were. It was all what you did.
So where are the rest of them?
All over. Or they stopped to let new people go all over. Some get rich and stop playing so they can do good things with it. One or two don't. Eventually, someone asks for a favor against them. So don't get like that, you hear?
Denerim is a long way from Orlais. How'd you get there?
By Stinky Horse?
Sarah.
Denerim wasn't much fun after the blow.
Sarah.
Everyone trying to recover. You even feel bad for the nobles. But Val Royeaux, that's a fat city full of fat heads. They just don't know when to stop. You saw it. Orlais is rich and stupid. Ripe for the pickings.
So is that who showed you how to fight? Gave you your skills?
Nobody gave me anything except a chance. And maybe some lessons to start, but mostly just the chance. I took that and ran.
Do you remember your actual family at all? Your parents?
Well, there is the amulet I had as an orphan that has a missing piece. And look at your face. You believe me? No, still no parents. I remember an alienage with arseholes and hating that stupid tree. The one elves always have. Of all the things to pray at, they could at least pick one with apples.
It's nice to see this side of you, that you trust me.
Don't you go blabbing around, yeah? Because I'll have a big, trusting foot up your pucker.
I think that after our rooftop chat, I get why you're not like other elves.
Well, don't. How about we dig into what you are? Or what you're supposed to be? Are you the humanist human? Can someone point and say, that's what they are?
That's a decent point.
And I couldn't give a fig. All right.
Didn't mean to poke at a sore spot. Consider it dropped.
Well, good then, because that's the way I am. This way. You do this with everyone. Because I hope I'm not the only one that squirms like this.
Oh, trust me, no. I poke and prod at everyone's brains, don't worry.
Say so. Love seeing you, yeah?
I'd like to know.
Suppose. It's embarrassing enough now, may as well.
Oh, that's still... Hold on. Is there more?
Always good.
Dare I continue?
Suppose. This is your idea of dropping it. Because it's shit. Think what you want.
Oh, never mind.
We'll talk.
There's you, yes?
Want some friendly roof time? We can just do it again? Oh, different roof.
When waked, we walked where willows wail, whose withered windings won't for sale. It's poetry because of W's and shit.
Okay. Thought we were gonna see like a surprisingly deep side of her, but nope, nope.
No. But you like demons.
I enjoy the company of spirits, yes, which is part of why I do not abuse them with bindings.
It isn't abuse if I ask.
Not always true. Also, I do not practice blood magic, which renders this entire conversation academic.
He won't bind me. He's a mage and he likes demons, but he won't help.
Why would you want Solus to bind you?
So I'm safe. If Solus won't do the ritual to bind me, someone else could. Will. Like the Warden mages, and then... I'm not me anymore. Walls around what I want. Blocking, bleeding, making me a monster.
A mage using blood magic could conceivably do that to any one of us, human or demon.
You should ask Solus to bind you too. And then someone can bind him.
No, he's so scared.
We'll find a way to keep you safe without binding you, Cole.
I have a suggestion, if Cole is ready to listen. I recall stories of amulets used by Raveni seers to protect spirits they summon from rival mages. A spirit, wearing an amulet of the Unbound, was immune to blood magic and binding. It should protect Cole as well. The resources of the Inquisition could be used to find such a talisman.
Good. They will not take me.
Okay. Guess we'll add that to the list of things to do.
Where did she train? Her ways are strange.
The witch? You don't know.
It started out helping, taking the fear away. I won't take too much. I am not that.
I'll talk to you later.
If you like.
Okay, moving onward and over to man that is husband. Oh, there's a cutscene already. Don't even need to talk to him, it's just already a cutscene. Whew, God, I'm getting warm in here and I need to stop because it's late.
Ryland's men will monitor the situation.
Yes, sir. We'll begin preparations at once.
In the meantime, we'll send soldiers to assist with the
relief.
Oh.
Sir.
Hanging out in the corner, just being like, hey, bitch.
There's always something more, isn't there?
Long day?
I shouldn't complain. This war won't last forever. When it started, I hadn't considered much beyond our survival.
Missing the
good
good shots.
Different now.
What do you mean?
I find myself wondering what will happen after. When this is over, I won't want to move on.
Here's the music.
I don't know what you... That is, if you...
You're supposed to get down on one knee. Just fuck off. Friend zone. Fuck off, or yes.
Cullen, do you need to ask?
I suppose not. I want...
It's a lot of broken glass. Don't. On the desk? On the desk. I have a bed. I have a very nice Blush Orlesian bed. And so we slept in an abandoned tower instead.
No. Leave me.
Oh wow, was I that bad?
Bad dream.
They always are. Without lyrium, they're worse. I didn't mean to worry you.
You can let me worry about you a little.
And the music's back.
You are... I have never felt anything like this.
I love you. You know that, right?
I love you too.
because I'm the one that wears the pants in the relationship. That's why, did you chill? He's naked because he's my sub. Also, those are cute shoes. Alright, did I talk to everybody but Liliana? No, I haven't talked to Josephine yet. We might have to save that. I had to. I mean, it's right there. It's right there. The lowest of low-hanging fruits. You, my good sir, need better sleeping quarters.
Now the Grey Wardens both devoted their lives to fighting evil. Now they serve it.
Not by choice. They were manipulated by Corypheus.
I'm not sure that's a comfort. The Inquisition must serve as an example. We must stand where others fall.
May I ask you something?
Always.
You've mentioned siblings. With everything that's happening, do you know if they're all right?
I've received word from my eldest sister. She was always good at tracking me down. South Reach has experienced the same chaos as everywhere else. My family is fine. Pray they remain so.
Your sister tracked you down. She didn't know where you were.
I let her know I was in Haven. She assumed I survived. It's not the first time. I may have neglected to tell her when I was transferred to Kirkwall.
Why?
I wasn't in a good state. I wanted only to leave. I received an angry letter about my disappearance 2 years later. For all her reprimands, it was a relief to hear from someone who knew me before the Blight.
You still regret the man you became after leaving Ferelden?
After the Ferelden Circle, I thought all mages were like the ones there. Knight Commander Meredith's methods were harsh, but they kept people safe.
You said Meredith was unstable.
She was my Knight Commander. I had no reason to distrust her. She wasn't wrong about the Blood Mages in Kirkwall. Meredith encouraged my anger towards the mages. There was only so far I would go, and she knew that too. I was her second in command. She kept decisions from me, those I would question. I believed she was serving the city. I never thought to question her, not until it was too late.
You can't control everything. You stood up to her in the end.
It would be great if we could have a family moment, which is what I thought it was.
Locked away as much as she did. I trusted they were treated reasonably well, but I should have done more. I should have looked into it. It's not yet enough. The Inquisition is my chance to atone. I will see it through.
Do you think Templars should cease to exist?
No. I may have chosen to leave that life, but I respect those who remain. Magic ungoverned could tear the world apart. It's doing so now. Templars are trained and able to confront such dangers.
What would you suggest?
Some call the Circle a prison that can only breed resentment. Perhaps opportunities to work outside the Circle. A mixed military service or healers' clinics with Templar support. And there must be a safer way for Templars to leave. Templars can lose their memories to Lyrium. Some call it a gift, to forget the failed harrowings, the demons. Some atrocities haunt me still. But to lose what good I can recall, I nearly lost my mind once. It is no gift.
Do you think that could work? Would people accept it?
Mages would be watched, but could pursue interests outside the Circle. Neither freedom nor prison. I don't know.
The Inquisition won't last forever. What will you do when this is over?
If we are together, it hardly matters.
That's all I wanted to know.
Another time, then.
Another time, then. Okay, let's try talking to Josie. Like, just a couple last things I want to do. I want to be done by 11:30 at the absolute fucking latest. It's already late for me. I need to go to bed. I'm gonna be up late tomorrow night, too. Hi.
I have an
Oh.
interesting development in
God damn it.
a petition from citizens of Val Royal. They wish to know what Andraste said to you in the Fade.
They think she spoke to me.
Even Leliana can't trace the rumor's origin. It may be expedient to respond to those
This
asking
is
for Andraste's words.
an interesting thing.
It's not Andraste who saved me.
Few people outside Skyhold know it was Divine Justinia who delivered you from the Fade. You could attempt to tell Val Royal citizens the truth, though it may not be as inspiring as they hope.
Tell these petitioners Andraste said she cares for us, always, as she walks by the Maker's side.
A fine sentiment. We will have it proclaimed in Val Royal.
Simple, straightforward, pious.
Yes?
Let's...
That's it. All right, Liliana, let's talk. Hey, bitch, hey. Why is the jump button being so aggressive? Oh, I forgot to talk to fucking Morgan. No, wait, did I talk to Morgan? Yeah, I did. I did, right?
Inquisitor. I have been thinking. You remember everything now, yes? The explosion at Haven, the Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you. But only you emerged in the end. Why? Why were you the only survivor?
She knew it was either her or me. And she wanted me to live.
Of course. Of course she did. That's just like her. Her message to me. I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Did you say anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember.
I'm sorry, Liliana. That was it.
There are no answers in the Fade. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead. I failed her.
Okay. We got more.
A message from Divine Justinia.
That's a shock. You're all right reading it.
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
Do you know what you're looking for?
The Divine was a powerful woman who used her position to obtain all sorts of things. Whatever she hid in Valence would very likely benefit the Inquisition and must be kept from falling into the wrong hands. If I'm lucky, she will have instructions for me.
I instruct you, she doesn't. That's... No, we're not saying
Why
that.
hide things in Valence? What's so special about it?
Justinia was revered mother at the Chantry there for many years before she became the Divine. It is a place that holds great meaning for her.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence. One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the Chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
Okay, with that, we're going to end for the night. That is a good place. Okay. Okay. Woo, it's warm in here, God. This part off. Well, no, I can't turn it off yet because I gotta do the quit thing. There we go. Now I can turn it off. Woo! Fun stuff. We got an interesting day ahead of us on Thursday, don't we? But that is just it. We have an interesting day ahead of us on Thursday. Not today. So, not tomorrow. We will come back to this. We will come back to more Dragon Age Inquisition. Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, as I keep saying standard time. It's not standard time yet. But anyway. So that is for this week. Nice spiel time. Definitely want to thank my subscribers. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, please feel free to subscribe. It definitely helps. If you would like to follow, I also want to thank my followers for all the help that you give as well. All those follows help my channel still. If you are not yet following, you can hit that follow button. You'll be notified when I go live. If you want to be notified before I go live, you can follow me at BOSTrophyWife on Instagram or on Twitter, or you can join our Discord. That is right here in the chat as well. Click that link and you'll be given an invitation to join our little Discord community. It's a nice little spot. We have a really good time, lots of good support, and just fun, dumb memes, interesting things we find, you know, just a general chat space. We'll also talk about games that we're going to play in the future, and there will be a chance for you, the viewers, to weigh on what I play as well. So if you are interested in any of that, please feel free to join. If you are unable to support the stream by subscribing at this time, but would like to still financially support me, or if you are already a subscriber and would like to support me further, please feel free to donate using my Ko-fi, the little tip jar link that's right there in the chat. Like I said, it's just a little tip jar, but anything does help, so please feel free to do that if you are so inclined. And finally, you might have noticed that there is a new banner down here, and all the way over there, BOSTrophyWife is my YouTube channel. I actually have a YouTube channel, and I've just been really bad at uploading to it for a really long time. I am pushing through my backlog very quickly, actually. So if you would like to subscribe over there, you get access to all of the old recordings that I have available, my entire archives, all the way back to literally my first stream. It is a lot, and the quality varies a lot as well. But if you're interested in looking at any of the games that we've already played, if there's anything that just catches your interest, I would definitely recommend checking that out. So until Thursday, where we will pick up with more Inquisition, and we will deal with Leliana's personal issues. And trust me, they are important personal issues to deal with. We'll put back on our little hat for therapy and become Theda's best therapist since Hawk and the Queen of Ferelden. You know, just keep adding the therapists. Until then, have a great night, everyone. I will see you all soon. Take care, and I'll see you on Thursday, I hope. Bye-bye, everybody. Mwah.